What you gonna do if a white person called you the N-word? Nothing.
Shut your ass. Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. If you're not making no sense, don't speak. Say it again. Say it again and see what happened. Talking about some you ain't gonna do shit.
Oh, so fabulous.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel once again. It's your girl Dumebi. If this is your first time coming across my channel, you're welcome. Please subscribe, join the happy family. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. You guys know that I love you. Thanks for always stopping by. So as usual, my disclaimer, this video is strictly for educational purposes. Please do not go searching out anybody that I talk about in this video. Don't send them any form of hate comment, threats or violence. This channel does not support any of that. So today's video was made by a brother, a very interesting video. You guys, let me just come clean. I've been seeing this video on TikTok trending for a while, but there's just something about the video that kind of, I won't say upsets me, but I don't know if it's the delivery of the message, or if it was the message itself, or if, you know what, let me just play the video.
What you gonna do if a white person called you the N-word? Nothing. The f you want from me? Somebody asked me this stupid ass shit the other day, and when my answer was nothing, all of a sudden I got a bitch looking at me like, you ain't got no self-respect for what? Yes, bitch, that I got self-respect. That's exactly why the f I'm not crashing. You mean to tell me a person with self-respect is going to crash the fuck out to prove that they have self-respect because somebody else didn't respect them? I thought you had self-respect. I don't give a fuck how anybody else live their life. You, the racist bitch, whatever. So why the fuck is that a problem the way I'm living? Because in my fucking experience, if I respect myself, why the fuck do I have to do any action to prove who I'm proving it to? Who I'm proving it to? Me? Because I thought I already knew I respected myself. So why do I have to prove it to myself? That sounds fucking stupid. Why am I proving it to you? That's even fucking stupider. And why am I proving it to the racist bitch? That's just fucking dead ass. Like, bro, y'all can live y'all life crashing if that's what the fuck you want to do. People walk up to you being nasty and you go from happy to fucked up. You can live like that, but I refuse. How I live, treat people, think, speak, and all that shit ain't gonna be determined by what another motherfucker do, say, feel, or think about me. I'm respectful, loving, and kind by default. Nothing is going to take that away. So what that means is, bitch, people are gonna get love, kindness, and respect from me by default. Not because they earned it, or they deserve it, or I want to give it to them, but because this is how the fuck I choose to be as I move through my fucking life. And at the bare minimum, you damn oogly boogly, if me not allowing motherfuckers and the world around me to just ass fuck the way I'm feeling on the inside at any given moment is a fucking problem, then quite frankly, with all due disrespect, I feel like y'all the crazy bitches. If I'm fucked up, then I feel like all the motherfuckers who need some shit to happen in life for them to be allowed to be happy, it's loony than a bitch. So if I'm a sellout, then y'all just a bunch of crazy motherfuckers who think that they not crazy because the majority of people around you just as fucking crazy as you is.
So yeah, you guys saw the video. I don't know why it took me a while to make this video, because watching the video, I couldn't even watch the video through. I don't know if it was his delivery or the message in the video itself, or maybe it was that nose ring. I've not seen someone put on a nose ring that's big and pink before, so I think I just kept getting distracted or turned off. I don't really know. But anyway, let's focus on the message, right? So we're discussing the N-word again, and the N-word will always come up. Either we're talking about palm color people who say the N-word, or palm colored people who wants to know why they can't say the N-word, or palm colored people who wants to sing along and say the N-word in rap music. Like, it will always be a subject, right? But now we're having a fresh perspective about the N-word. This brother is talking about how he has self-respect, so he doesn't feel the need to get offended when anybody uses the N-word, because they cannot determine how he views himself and how he carries himself and all of that. And a lot of people had a lot to say, and I have a lot to say too, definitely, you guys know. But before I talk about what I think, let's just go right ahead and play the stitches and responses and commentary to his video.
What you gonna do if a white person called you the N-word? Nothing. The fuck do you want from?
He don't speak for all of us. He don't speak for all of us. Play that game if you want to. Go call him a nigga. fucking around with somebody like me, try it if you to. I'm gonna muster up all the strength of my ancestors and slap your head off.
What you gonna do if a white person called you?
I usually find his videos to be quite funny and entertaining. He is a much more enlightened individual than myself. You call him the N-word. Don't do it this way. Don't do it this way. I'ma smack you in your mouth. I'ma smack you in your mouth, and we only go up from there. I promise. I promise. Don't play yourself, man.
What you gonna do if a white person called you the N-word?
Yeah, that comment section is very, very weird. It's disturbing, and I'm not understanding why so many people that are not black are coming in there praising him and saying how wonderful he is because he said that he wouldn't do anything if you came up to him and called him the N-word. Let's put this into perspective. I just want you to understand how weird that is for non-black people to go in there and do that. Let's say a disabled person said if somebody who wasn't disabled called them an ableist term, they wouldn't do anything. Would you, as a person who wasn't disabled, go into their comment section and praise them and tell them how wonderful they are because they said that they wouldn't do anything if you, a person who is not disabled, said something ableist to them? Why would you be happy and want to follow them now? Yeah. Y'all are always telling on yourselves. It's not okay. It's disturbing. And the fact that you don't understand how disturbing that is, a lot of y'all think you are anti-racist. You are not. You are not.
What you gonna do if a white person called you the N-word?
I am 6'7", 345 pounds. If someone is brave enough to use that word in my direction, 9 times out of 10, they're probably armed. That's one of those situations where you have to swallow your ego and walk away. Because if anybody's dumb enough to talk that recklessly, they don't have anything to lose.
What you gonna do if a white person called you?
Question is, why are some of you niggas quick to confirm the stereotype that they already have on us? Like, what do you gain from doing something physical to the white person that call you the N-word? I mean, you don't really gain anything but a sense of self-pride in that moment. At the end of the day, you still a nigga. You still ignorant. You still driven by emotion. Quick to temper. For people who, a whole bunch of y'all think that the cops are against y'all, that the cops are out to hunt black people, y'all sure don't mind risking altercations with them though. Because if you really emotionally driven by a word to risk your life, your well-being, then you are what they say you are. You ain't doing, once you hit them, you ain't doing them confirming their stereotypes anyways. Like, one thing it seems like black people can't understand is that hitting a racist white person is not a magic cure for racism. They still gonna be racist. They still gonna go out of their way to think that you a nigga. They might call somebody else that get hit again. Call somebody else that get hit again. They not gonna care. If they've been raised their whole life to think that getting hit is not gonna change that. Like, all they're gonna do is hate you more.
What you gonna do if a white person called?
Now, I know you see these comments. I know for a fact you've been seeing these comments throughout your entire fucking video. And I don't give a fuck what no one else talking about. This shit, what he just did, was a modern day minstrel performance. It was a modern day minstrel performance. You got all these white folks in your fucking comments saying all this shit just because you will let them say the N-word. Talking about some damn, dude, can we be friends? Talking about some damn, love your videos, dude. Always looking forward to them. Well spoken as well. Like, what? Well, you call this nigga well spoken just cause he would let you say the N-word? Like, are you serious? You out here, this dude, bro, out here fucking shucking and jiving, and are validating him. These white folks validating him. He tap dancing, shucking and jiving, and they clapping. They telling him keep going. Yeah, keep going. Like, what? This is the modern day minstrel performance. I don't give a f. I don't care. Like, look at these comments. They saying all this shit just cause this dude up here would let them say the N-word. That's the only reason why they're saying this. What the fuck? Things have never changed. Things have never changed since the 19th century, 20th century. You still got niggas tap dancing and white folks validating that shit. Things have never changed. You see, this crazy. Am I the only one saying this shit? You call this nigga well-spoken just because he won't let you say the N-word.
What you gonna do if a white person...
Y'all call this motherfucker the N-word. But you call me one, I'm gonna beat the brakes off your ass. And that's just plain and simple. We don't play like that.
What you gonna do if a white person...
I ain't gonna lie, that's to a point. I ain't gonna let you just disrespect me all the way to the fullest. But, like he said, nothing, because, I mean, you didn't touch me.
What you gonna do if a white person calls...
I thought about this a lot because when I was a kid, this happened to me quite a few times and I didn't know what to say. If someone ever called me the N-word, I would literally Uno reverse and call them the N-word back. Like, imagine how caught off guard they would be. Back in the day, I used to get really upset about stuff like this, so bad to the point where I'd actually want to fight. But now I have a really good job, I'm an adult, and I have a really bright future. Like, why the f would I let somebody get me mad over something like that? What they really want is a really, negative response from you. And why would I even feed into some bullshit like that? If I were ever in a position like this, I would really hope that I would know who the employer was so that I could let them know that they hired a racist piece of shit. But after that, I'm literally going to keep it pushing and take my rich, black, happy ass back home.
What you gonna do if a white person calls you the N-word?
Y'all try that with him. It's gonna get active over here though.
What you gonna do if a white...
It's the fact that people don't really see his point. Honestly, that's just the ignorance from the picture that society tries to paint towards black people. It comes to a Caucasian male or female calling them the N-word that we automatically have to teach them a lesson. No, that's not the lesson we need to be teaching. The collective, we have to move smarter than that. Body has to be the bigger person when it comes to that particular situation. I see it, hell, I got you out your body. I got you out of character. Technically, I won, but in reality, it's not about who wins or who loses. It's about physical and mental maturity from an era where actions spoke louder than words. Era where you didn't get canceled for everything that you say. You could call me any name in the book. I don't care. Ear chucker this, African booty scratcher that. I don't care. Anything. I'm glad you know so many fucking words. For you to think I'm finna flash out on you and just prove your point, essentially. No reverse, bitch. It's not gonna work like that. Regardless if the word ends in ER or GA. Regardless of what tone it's in. I don't care. I'm gonna look at you sideways at first. At the end of the day, I really don't care. Y'all have a good day.
What you gonna do if a...
Y'all, this has been a hot topic. I'm just going to say it like this. I understand where he's coming from, and I understand where the black folk who feel like he's wrong coming from, okay? I understand both sides. Here's my thing. It's case by case. Let's say the president of your university calls you the N-word. You pursue that. You pursue that. You pursue that. Let's say somebody randomly driving by, you walking down the street, they roll their window down, call you the N-word, and then keep driving. What are you gonna do? What can you do? You can't take their license plate number down in 5 seconds. You can't just call the cops and give the description of the car. There's nothing you really can do in that moment. So in those moments, you just gotta just push that out. Does that make the N-word right in that moment? No. Does that mean you were passive? No. There's just not much you can do in that moment. Case by case.
What you gonna do if a white person...
I can understand what he's saying for his own personal self. But where I draw the line and where I call it coonery is when he basically says that we don't have self-respect if we were to do something about someone calling us the N-word. Because we don't like that. Because we're not cool with that. Because that is not okay with us. That's him personally. That's for him, himself. For me personally, I think the exact opposite. I feel that I would have no self-respect if I weren't to do something about someone non-black calling me the N-word. Because let's remember, I am one, bitch. As another video so elegantly put it, you can N-word him, but for me, I'm gonna take your ass down through there. Get it? Got it? Good. And like I said many a times, I'm a white presenting mixed person. I get it. Not many people, many non-black people would look at me and be like, oh, that's a black person. So they think they have the right to say it around me. You finna get the shock of your motherfucking life when I put my hands on you, bitch. When I ream you clean the fuck out. I don't give a fuck. I feel like I would have no self-respect if I weren't to do something about it, because when my daddy raised me, for him personally, he's not nobody N-word. He does not like being called it by anybody, black, white, Mexican, whatever the fuck you may say. He does not like that shit. He doesn't say it very often. He says it in songs, he'll say it when he's whatever. But that's just how my daddy is. And I was raised, I'm not nobody's N-word either. I'm perfectly okay with a black person coming to me, what's up my N-word? Whatever, because real recognizes real. That's fine by me. I'm perfectly fine with only black people thinking or realizing that I'm black. I'm perfectly fine with white people thinking I'm white. Because I'm not trying to get hate crimed. I have that privilege. I have white privilege to an extent to where not many white people can tell that I'm not just white. Trust me, baby. I've gotten many where'd you get your perm done by white people? Only ever white people. Maybe one or two Latino people, but not many other than white people. Not even black people have ever asked me, where'd you get your perm done? Because 90% of black people will recognize that I'm an N-word. So yeah, try it. You will have the right one on the right motherfucking bitch. And I forgot to mention his comments, none of which that he had said anything about. 90% of them are white people or just non-black people in general. Can we be friends? You're so well spoken. You look like such a great person. Blah, 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 blah. Because they know that they get to pass with him. Because they know that they get to be actively fucking racist around him and he's not going to care. Coonery!
So as you guys can see, some people actually agree with him and a lot of people disagree with him. The first thing that I need to say is, you see this conversation, I don't like the fact that we have conversations like this on public platforms, because this is something that we as a black community already, we have a general consensus about how we feel about it, or let me say most black people have a way they feel about it. And the way they feel about it, at least black people in America, the way they feel about it is that white people can't say that. There are some people that believe nobody should even be saying it because it's generally a disrespectful term, no matter how much we try to reclaim the word and change its meaning. But there are people on the other hand who feel like it's a term of endearment. I can refer to my black brother or my black sister with that word. And then there's a new subset of people that I've discovered. Those are the people that believe not every black person can say it, only foundational black Americans can say it. So you can see that it's something that I feel like we don't even have a general agreement about how we feel about it or how we should navigate around that word, right? Because there are people that don't even care if palm color people say it. So there's some discussions that are just too controversial for you to come on the internet. I don't know if I should put it that way, but the point I'm trying to make is, when you say things like that, that's kind of go against the belief of a lot of other black people, you're kind of creating a breeding ground for non-black people to come and basically talk about it, and it's none of their business. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, this is a discussion that has nothing to do with these people, but when you come on there and give this opposing, idea or opinion about it, these people now see a reason to come and say things that nobody asked them. Like, who called you guys into the conversation? That being said, I personally, you guys already know how I feel about the N-word. I personally feel like I don't think we should be using it. I personally don't even use that word. Although I know it's different for me because I'm in Africa, but I know there are a lot of people also who are African Americans that don't use that word. So I believe it's a personal decision, right? And so I feel like, in my opinion, no matter how much we try to change the meaning or whatever, I feel like it will always have that negative stain on it. And words have power, so I don't think we should be referring to ourselves with that word. You guys already know what I think. But then there are people who don't see a problem with it. Now let me share a little story with you guys. I used to have this friend who lives in Germany. So this is a grown Nigerian man that migrated to Germany, and he's lived there for a while and speaks the language, works there and all of that. So we were on a call one day. He went to work, and then we were on a video call. He wanted to show me what his workplace looked like and all of that. And then I saw some palm color people, some German people who saw him, and then they used the word, the N word, and he laughed it off, and they just, went about their business. Like, they had just finished exchanging pleasantries, and he laughed it off when they called him the N word. So I later asked him about it. I was like, I noticed that they called you the N word, and like, how are you comfortable with that? He said it's not a big deal. Like, is he supposed to get angry and start acting up because they said a word to him? That first of all, he doesn't really understand why it's that much of a big deal. That maybe for African Americans it is, but for him, he doesn't understand why he should allow one word have so much power over him that he starts to act out because someone said a word. Do you understand? So that was the way he saw it. He felt like I'm cool with these people. The fact that they said that word doesn't mean that they are not cool with me or they disrespect me. That these are people I work with. These are people that I have drinks with after work. So he doesn't see it as such a big deal. I was like, wow, there are people that actually think like this. So this is what I want us to talk about. Like, I think I understand where some of these people come from, because somehow, you guys just hear me out, please. Because somehow, when we get all ticked off and we want to react, you could look at it in such a way that it's like we're allowing external forces, we're allowing these people have so much power over us, so much so that they influence our emotions. They can flat out ruin our day, get us outraged just by saying a word. Like, are we supposed to allow ourselves to be vulnerable to these people just by usage of a word? Do you understand? So, like, we're giving them too much power to hurt us with this word. So I understand where someone might be coming from with that kind of logic, but then I also understand why people will get offended by that word, because it's not just a word. There were actions that were backed up by that word. That word carries so much hate, so much hatred, so much blood and tears attached to it, and suffering attached to it. So it's not just about the word, it's about what it represents. So we demand respect by saying don't refer to us by that word. You cannot use that word to control us like the way you did our ancestors back then. Now we actually have a voice and we are saying, no, you will not refer to us by that word. So I definitely understand from both ends. So I want us to actually discuss this. What do you guys really think? Are you one of those people that a white person should dare not, or a non-black person should dare not say that word to you or around you? Or are you among those people that doesn't really care? Like, it can't hurt you. Like, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can't hurt you. It doesn't affect your day. As long as they're not doing anything directly to you, they're not touching you, they're not basically in the way of your livelihood or your life or your existence, you don't really care. Like, it's going to take more than that for a palm color person to get a reaction from you. Let me know, what category do you fall under? And I'd like to know, like, your thought process. Like, how did you arrive at whichever decision, whichever category you belong to? But the most dangerous thing about this video, in my opinion, is the fact that this man is going to get some palm color people beat up, because some of them are going to watch that video and think it is okay to say the word, and they are going to say it around the wrong person or maybe the right person, and then they're going to get a beat down, okay? And then he's not going to be there to massage them after they have like a swollen face or something. Okay, you guys just let me know what you think in the comment section. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.